The secret is to hone your own style based on what I've said. I sincerely hope you do. So don't ever shy away from evaluations, my friends. Stand up and evaluate a speech. Tell the speaker why you feel that way. Be motivational, be sincere. Cultivate your style. And when you do, when you sit down, you will say, gosh, that felt good. I evaluated a speech. Whether it's 5 minutes or 55 minutes is not the point. The point is, you have an opinion. How strong your opinion is based on what you feel the time you heard that speech. Don't ever, ever take it lightly. Evaluations are far too important to the speaker to be taken lightly. It's serious. You can have fun with it, and it's enjoyable, and it's educational, and I know you can do it. Thank you. Are there any questions, any comments? Please feel free. Claudia.
Yeah, you've done a few evaluations, and on one or two occasions I've been in a position where I've had to evaluate a very, very poorly prepared for speech, where clearly the person didn't put the effort into even writing it, let alone practicing it, where I had a really hard time finding anything good to say. And how would you approach something like that?
You know the old saying, every cloud has a silver lining. You have to pick out something, Claudia. That's the key. Yes, I've evaluated speeches that were, for want of another word, a disaster. And that's not a reflection on the speaker. It's maybe lack of preparation. Okay, lack of practice. This is why in a Toastmasters Club, you should have a mentor. You should mentor somebody. Somebody should be mentoring you to make sure that you don't stray, to make sure that you give your speech preparation, okay, the honest effort it really, really deserves. Some people say, Harry, can I write a speech in one night? Yeah, you could. I can write a speech in 5 minutes. But that will show when I deliver my speech. Take the time to do it properly. Listen very carefully. This is why listening skills are so important. When you're evaluating, listen. Watch the speaker. There has to be a positive there somewhere, Claudia. And I know what you're saying. Sometimes it's very difficult. But you want to end on that motivational high note. And then after, take the speaker to one side. And be honest and say, listen, this was a disaster for the following reasons. I want you to do that speech again. I'll work with you. I'll hear it again. We'll tape your speech. We'll record your speech. I'll do that. And I've done that in the past with many speakers because I want you to succeed. So you have to pick out something positive in that speech. And then your suggestions, as I said, should be specific. You can't go the whole gamut. You cannot list 5, 10, 15, or 20 things, even though you know that they're so evident. Narrow it down to maximum of 3. Then talk to the speaker after. Sit down. That's why an evaluation is so important. I'm not going to evaluate Claudia. Say, okay, Claudia, I evaluated your speech. Bye-bye, I'm out of here. No, I've done you a terrible disservice. I want to spend time with you. I want to sit down with you. I want to go over the objectives as per the manual. I want to talk to you about your presentation, your content, your organization, your delivery, your argument, your gestures, your eye contact, your voice, your intonation, your volume, your pitch, your rate. I want to cover everything so that next time you give that speech, you will overcome certain things with practice. That's the key. It's not a one-time stand, my friends. Toastmasters is over X number of months or years. You perfect your speaking style with the assistance, with the help, with the support of an evaluator, and that's key. So I know what you're saying, Claudia, but you have to pinpoint a few things and say it as if you mean it. Yeah. Any other questions? Any other points you'd like to raise? Any comments you want to make? Please feel free. Don't let me stop you.
Well, this is actually the first time that I've heard of the process of an evaluation, a proper way to do it. I've seen evaluation contests, but I've never seen the mechanics to it, the theory behind it. So I'm very happy that Sylvie got this show going and that you're here presenting it.
Well, I'm happy to present. This is only my personal take. You'll hear other evaluators give you a different take on what they do, which is good. I want you to listen. I want you to ingest everything you can. Because other evaluators may tell you something differently. That's fine. What you have to do as a Toastmaster is pick and choose. And say, okay, my style is, and stay with it. How you speak, what you say is different than what I say. That's fine. That's why we're all individuals. Okay? So don't be afraid to disagree with me, which is fine. And look at other evaluations, okay, and see what ways you can use, all right, to make that evaluation in front of your club. This works for me. I've been using this same thing. As I said, what works for me may not work for you. This particular way, I get a lot of results because I pinpoint something I've seen in the speaker and I zero in on it. The more specific you are as an evaluator, the more benefit it is to the speaker. Zero right in on 1, 2, or 3 points, and you'll never have a problem evaluating. But as I said, you have to answer one question. What did the speaker do to me, and why? Why? Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel upset? Why do I feel happy? Why do I feel energetic? What did the speaker do to me? Not to everybody else, just to me. How do I feel? Once you answer that question, take it from me, you won't have a problem evaluating. So be specific. Answer why. It's nice to say you're an excellent speaker, you're a good speaker. Yeah, these words are good, but they don't say enough. Don't be afraid, my friends, to dig. Look at the argument. Why was it effective? When the speaker says the sky is blue, what in his argument convinced me that the sky is blue? What was it? There has to be something. There has to be something. That's where you listen actively and concentrate on the speaker and write and look. It's a wonderful science. Evaluation is a science. And I sincerely hope that all of you, take it seriously enough. And you will shine in front of your clubs when you do that. Take it from me. You will shine. You will know it. I will know it. The speaker will know it. Wow. That's a great evaluation.
On those disaster speeches,
Yes.
we're Toastmasters, it's a volunteer, everybody pays, and you're really not supposed to say, well, sorry, but you didn't meet your objectives.
Yes.
You're going to have to redo it again.
All right.
But unfortunately, I think if it's really bad, and I'm going to say, no, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to redo it again.
Yes. That has arisen before, Sylvie, and have I said that to speakers? Yes. You see, the idea of a manual, the idea of objectives is that you speak according to the objectives. Were they met or were they not met? If they weren't met, I think you have an obligation, either publicly or privately, to tell that speaker. And there's no shame in redoing a speech. There really isn't. You see, if there were no objectives in the manual, then everything would be excellent. And we could all go home. But there are objectives to each speech. So everything, my friend, is not always excellent. Everything is not always well done. There has to be something. There has to be a point where that speaker can improve on his or her delivery, content, or organization. And that's why a lot of Toastmasters have a problem with evaluations. Because they may be afraid. They're apprehensive. They don't want to say, gosh, Elizabeth, geez, what do I tell her? Tell her! Tell her. Be honest, be sympathetic, but tell her. That's key. She will appreciate it. It's not a personal knock. It's simply that we're here to learn. We learn from each other. My presentations and speeches are by no means perfect. I know what I do well, but I know I need help in a lot of areas. I listen to my evaluators. I listen to my audience members. And if you're a Toastmaster that really wants to learn and get ahead and communicate well, you will listen to your evaluator. But it's serious enough that, yes, if the objectives weren't met, do you do it over again? Absolutely. I've said that on some occasions. Let's talk the following week. In 2 weeks, we do the speech again. Is there a marked improvement? Yes, there should be. Elizabeth?
Yes, a question is, can we not put knowledge that we gained today into some kind of a form that Toastmasters can use, evaluation sheet?
We have,
Or do we have already?
Yes. When you evaluate, and I've taken a lot of my points from the actual evaluation sheet. So in a contest, okay, look at the form and know why and how you're going to be judged when you speak. That's important. Look at the evaluation form. Every judge will have one. When they're judging you as a speaker, this is the form they're going to use. It's in the manuals. Toastmaster International has them. Get your hands on a judging form. Look at it. Study it. It's 100%, and there's 50% for content, 30% for delivery, and 20% for language, I believe. I may be wrong. But that form is there. Look at it closely, because that's what the judges use. Familiarize yourself with the form. That's key. Yeah. I thank you very much. If there can be any help in the future, please let me know. Thank you very much, Sylvia.